Good morning, lovely people. How are you all doing today? I really hope you are well. I am, and at least for the time being it's dry. Yay! We are due rain later though, so I need to get a skedaddle on. All sorts to do today, sort of just looking at my list. Yeah, all sorts, some stuff outside. Yeah, so come and hang with me for the day. The first port of call, I'm just thinking about the order. Yes, I need a newspaper, but I don't want to buy one. So I'm going to go and get a free newspaper up that way. Then off to the allotment to pick up another load of stuff from the shed to bring home, to pack, to take with me. Then when I leave the allotment, I'm actually going to do our allotment site. It's fairly long and thin. And I always use this gate, but I'm going to leave by the other gate, because if I leave by the other gate, it sort of tips me out, well, side road, another side road. It tips me out at the far end of my high street here, right at the far end, bottom of the hill. And as I come around the corner into the high street, there's a little second-hand furniture shop. I haven't been in for a while. I always have stuff outside and stuff inside. So I often see, you know, if I go to Lidl or whatever, I can see what they've got outside. But I'm going to go today with a specific need in mind, and that is I'm hoping to pick up a dining chair, a kitchen chair, because one of my chairs broke. I only have 3 dining chairs, and if I've got 4 or 5 people here to eat, that's not enough. So yeah, I'm going to get a newspaper, go to the allotment, fill up the granny trolley with another load from the shed, go home via the long way, see if I can find a new chair for the kitchen. I think I'll probably look for a white chair, just because this one's white, and then it's like it's a pair. Remember I was saying when I did the kitchen up that if you've got chairs in different designs, try and have them at least in the same colour to give them that, to just coordinate them, or if they're in different colours, make them all the same design. Anyway, so I look for something in white, probably around the 20-25 quid mark. I'm not going to spend more than 25 quid. Then home, and then, oh yeah, tons to do. So come on, we need to go out, let's get a giddy up, because we are due rain later. It's lovely to get up this morning with a bit of light. I can see little patches of blue out of the window, and can you sense it in the image? There's a little bit more light coming in. So yeah, it's starting to feel like spring when I wake up, but it's going to turn horrible later. So off we jolly well go. Yes. There's a bit of blue up there. Yeah, I thought I'd just bring you along with me. I'm coming up this little cut to the station. I've actually, I left the granny trolley at home. I've got it by the front door, downstairs by the front door, because this, oh, look at that sky. Oh, you can hear the trains. So I was just letting that gentleman pass. Yeah, I've left the granny trolley because this is actually the opposite direction to that which I need to go. So I'm going to come and grab myself a newspaper. And then there's my little station. It's a dinky little station. It's very sweet. Yeah, I'm just going to grab my newspaper and then go back via the front of the house and grab the granny trolley. Get myself off down to the garden. Here we go. Yes. That's up to fab. I'll come back out this way show you another different little street. These newspapers are fab. They're free. They're for the commuters or for anyone. The reporting in them is a little bit right of centre, but never mind. I used to grab one. I used to grab one on my way to work, purely for the Sudoku and killer puzzles. Oh, this rubbish needs clearing up. Oh, it is so lovely to see a bit of blue sky, but it's oh, noisy train, hang on. Even compared with an hour ago when I was first up, the clouds are gathering, definitely. It's getting cloudier by the minute. It's gonna rain, but never mind. We have here a water refill point, so you can come along with your bottle and top up your water before you get on the train. Right, back down the hill a bit. It's still quite early in the morning, so we're at the tail end of rush hour, so excuse all the traffic noises, but I just wanted to quickly show you. Isn't that adorable? With this little knitted pillar box topper, little chick, little bunny rabbit with its carrot and the little eggs. That is so cute, with a little basket. Oops, clattering it. Oh, that's adorable. Right, come on before it starts raining. I'm just on my way to my allotment, so down the road into the park and round to my allotment, but I just wanted to show you this tree today. We're so lucky with all our street trees. This has been, it's a bit of a gloomy day though. Will we pick up? Is there enough light? Shall I come the other side? This tree, oh, the light's terrible today. Hang on, let me rethink and adjust. Which side do I need to be on? I'm trying to think where the light is coming from. What time of day is it? I don't know anything. No, you're not going to see. Let me bring you up really, really close. It's a little ornamental cherry. You're not going to be able to hear it, but I always stop underneath this tree. I mean, why wouldn't you anyway? Look up there, isn't that gorgeous? And it's a hive of activity with the bees. Blossoms, yeah, they're pretty much done now, and we've been having wind and lashing rain knocking them off. But, I mean, I can hear them. Buzz, buzz, buzz. The other day I was stood here looking. The sky was bright, bright blue, unlike the sky today. And all I could see was little black dots whizzing through it. Isn't that gorgeous? Aren't we lucky? Aren't we lucky having our street trees? But also front gardens to give a splash of colour. Look at this one. Wow, how cheerful. How cheerful is that? Right, well, this ain't going to get the next lot of stuff picked up from my shed, is it? That's what I'm doing. I'm just getting down there to empty another load from the shed to take home, so I better get on my way. I'm a bit further down the street. I've just realised it's bin day. Not the most attractive thing, is it? But this hedge, oh, and look, with the magnolia in the background. Isn't that the most amazing zing of colour? I mean, it's not, I would say this is not to my taste, but wow, such an amazing colour and beautiful, like I say, with that magnolia. So yeah, I'm stealing ideas for a future front garden of my morning.
Hello.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's a bit in your face, isn't it? But actually, look, this green, oh, that's gorgeous. Right, this ain't going to get the baby washed, is it? Come on, let's get on. These privets are looking very green and shiny now too. Well, a bit more forsythia everywhere. Yeah, looking lovely and green and lush. Okay, I need to concentrate. Look at this one. Whoosh. It's like it's shining almost. Right, concentrate, Vivi. Get to the shed. Host of golden daffodils. Oh, spring is definitely springing, isn't it? I've just been sat on the bench, just for a little quick pit stop, quite a few minutes, and oh, I can hear a siren in the distance. Annoying. It was very quiet a minute ago. I can hear woodpeckers, either single or plural, pecking away. But I'll be blown if I can discern which tree it's in. I've been trying to sort of use my ears, make the stereo on my ears work to tell me which tree is it in, where is it pecking. It's gone quiet now. Anyway, a few lovely daffodils, and gradually, the leaves are starting to come back over on that far side, very, very far side. Leaves are coming. Oh, but look at this absolute gorgeous old beauty. Oh, what a gorgeous morning. It's gorgeous because it's dry. Yeah, it's a dry day, therefore quick run down to this shed and get another load in the granny trolley. Look at this bark. Isn't that stunning? Colour, the texture. Oh, stunning. I'll get to the shed in a minute. But you know what? Don't hurry. I mean, I know sometimes we do have to hurry, but sometimes in life, just take your time and enjoy the beautiful things all around us, especially the gorgeous trees. It's a gloomy day though, isn't it? Look at these plants. This is gorgeous up here. Oh, lovely. Oh, I'm on my way home from the pot pickup, and I've come to my local sort of second-hand furniture place. They're normally a lot of the stuff's outside. Look at that, it's blooming camel saddle. So, normally outside, but we're due some rain. So I've come indoors, so I'm after a chair for the kitchen. And I don't want to spend more than 25 quid. These kitchen chairs are ugly, I'd paint them, but 15. Oh, 35 the pair, or 15. Oh no, sorry, that's a pair. Okay, there's those, but what I did spy, these are, that's table and chairs. That's rather attractive. Well, I've got a good eye, haven't I? But what I did see on the way in, look at these two cuties. Oh look, there's me in the mirror. They are cute. Actually, so's that trunk. Vivi, you don't need a trunk. So this is what I was saying the other day about you've got to be disciplined and not end up looking at stuff that you don't actually need, you're not actually after. But I'm also loving airplane. Oh my god, look at all the Star Wars. Right, distracted. Now, I think what I need to do, that's because I've got my granny trolley. I don't think I can manage. Oh, actually they're slightly different when you look at the stretchers. I don't mind that. Right, I think, so I got distracted then because someone else came in the shop, and I'm always aware of other people's privacy. But I like these two, and 15 quid the pair. That's fab.
Because I love vintage stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, you see the old stuff, that's 65 quid. Yeah, four times, yeah. Before,
yeah. Oh my goodness. What a mental run around morning and early afternoon. Right, I think I've done everything. I'm back. I need to go back out into the hall to do something. I've trashed the hall. So, where were we? In the furniture shop. So much has happened since. All good. I cut that off a bit quickly, a bit briefly, because there were other people around, and I'm sweating from the stairs. I'm always mindful of other folk being around and, you know, privacy and what have you. Anyway, so I thought, yeah, I did a sit-down test. I took one of the chairs off the trunk, sat, had a bit of a wriggle. They are a sort of a lighter weight chair, and I think for every single day use, they're a little bit lightweight, but they're fine for occasional use. And in terms of how I will use them when I come to stage the flat, it might be that I have one either side of my kitchen table, because they tie in so beautifully with that 1920s French oak. Or I might have one in the bathroom, put the big sturdy bathroom chair into the kitchen, which is white, and then have the other one. I could even have it on the landing instead of the St. George's sword plant. Anyway, so I've lost count how many times I've done the stairs today, and I still need to do them one more time. One of the chairs is downstairs by the front door. So I thought, yes, I love these chairs, bargain. I mean, £7.50 for a pretty little chair, for one of them. So I approached the owner and said, well, the thing is, I was a bit like, because so often my experience in terms of sort of second-hand places, junk shops, flea markets, what have you, is if you want something, you hand over the cash, you take it. Done. There's no kind of, oh, I'll put a deposit on it, can you hold it for me? Or I'll pay for it, can you hold it for me? That almost never happens. But I really wanted him to hold them for me, because I thought with the granny trolley and my stick, there's no way I'm getting those two chairs back up the hill, even if I get on the bus. Anyway, so I sort of sidled up to him a bit and I said, right, I love these two chairs. I'd like to have them. I've got cash on me, because people always prefer cash as well in those places. I said, however, you can see I'm a bit hobbly with my stick, and I've got big granted. Would you mind holding them so I can take this lot home, come back, and then I can take it on the bus? And I was being a bit sheepish. But what was lovely was, now I've got to go back to being in the garden. What was a delight when I arrived at the garden was one of my friends, and for privacy, I will call her Kate. So my friend, not Catherine, by the way, but yeah, I will call her Kate. So Kate was there and was just getting ready to leave as I was arriving. Haven't seen her for ages. Yay, hugs, chat, da da da. And she said, oh, you know, she knows I'm, you know, the situation with me having left the plot. Da da. I said, yeah, I'm just here to grab some stuff from the shed. Then I'm out of here. And I'd done that within a couple of minutes, whilst at the same time she was packing up. And normally she's on a bicycle, but today she wasn't. So I said, oh yay, great, because I'm walking out of the far exit, which I don't normally use. That's the one she uses. So it was so lovely just to be able to walk and talk. And yeah, just ambling along, a nice pace for me, chat, lovely, lovely, lovely. Get outside the furniture shop, and this is the bit you didn't see because I didn't turn the camera on until I was inside. So we're having a little, you know, chatty coddle, bye, see you soon type thing. I go in, look at chairs, come to do the deal with the guy. And he said, and I was like, oh, would you mind awfully to hold them? I know you don't want to. And he said, are you friends with Kate? And I said, oh, yeah. He said, oh, you know, I saw you out in the street having a cuddle. I said, oh, yeah, she's my, one of my allotment neighbours. And he said, oh, yeah, she always pops in after the allotment. And he said, I tell you what, if you're a friend of Kate's, you're a friend of ours. And it turns out that she and the owner of the shop are real besties. Who knew? So, of course, he obliged. He set them aside for me. So, in the interim, I've come home, dumped the granny trolley. But just before I got home, just walking up the street back to mine, bump into another friend. It's one of those days. I think everyone's scurrying about doing their business before we get a whole load more rain. And this particular... I need a swig. I'm all excited. This particular friend of mine is... she's mad about books too. So she's coming down the street and I could see through her cloth bag, the bulges, I could see there were books in there. And I kind of nodded and looked at her bag and I said, I know where you've been. Our favourite second-hand place. And she said, oh yeah, they've got some great new stock. They're putting out new stock right now. There's tons of stuff going out. And I thought, oh, okay, I'm going to have to go and check that out. That's what I was trying to say. So I dumped the granny trolley in the hallway. I didn't even bring it all the way up the stairs at that point. I brought it up the stairs now. That's what I mean. I've done so many trips up these stairs. Anyway, dumped the granny trolley, went to the second-hand book place and found, I'm going to show you some because they're so lovely. I found a lovely bunch of books. There's 3 of them are going into my shop. One of them is for me because... Who's me justifying it? Well, the thing is, because the chairs were 15 and I was thinking I'd spent £25 on chairs, on a chair, up to £25. I thought, you know what, I can squeeze a book in. But, yeah, more of that in a second. So, do you remember I had that lovely mindful swim? I need to just calm now. The mindful swim book from my sister. And I was mentioning that press, Leaping Hair Press. So there's all sorts of books in that mindful series, different formats, different books, but they're all to do with mindfulness. And I managed to find a few days ago this one, Mindful Thoughts for Makers. What's the subtitle? Connecting Head, Heart and Hands. So this is all about mindfulness for crafters. Lovely. That's gone straight into the shop. Such a cute book. I love it. It's like one of those little dinky board books for babies, except the pages aren't board. So I had found that lovely about a week or so ago. So it's in the shop. But then today I've gone in and some wonderful, wonderful finds. They're not. I'll be putting these in the shop soon. I found the Mindful Thoughts for cyclists. I love the illustration as well. And I love their subtitles, Finding Balance on 2 Wheels. Isn't that cute? So this is the press I was talking about, Leaping. That's going to go out of focus. Put it there. Leaping Hair Press. So that I've purchased. So basically I went and had a look at their books. Had a really good rummage through. Bought a few. Brought them home in my arms. Opened the front door, popped them downstairs next to the granny trolley. Then I've been back for the chairs, but more of the chairs in a second. Then this one, it's a bit of, I need to just clean it up a bit. It's called Sustainable Home, as you can see. And it's all sorts of ideas for, I suppose, recipes to make yourself the cleaning and looking after things at home. So that is lovely. And this, I'm chuffed with this. This is going in the shop, but this is a paperback version of a hardback book of in my own collection that I talked about so often. It's such a gorgeous book. It's Kate Rue's Wild Swim. Oh, I mean, just beautiful. All full of inspiring pictures and lovely places. So I'm delighted with that. So that's for the shop. Those three are for the shop. And then finally for me, there's another book I've talked about often called Waterlog by Roger Deakin, the naturalist. I knew of this book. I've never seen it secondhand. Today it's popped up and I thought I have to have it. It's simply called The Swimmer, The Wild Life of Roger Deakin. So yeah, a biography of Roger Deakin, and look at him there in his bodgy smuggler swimming trunks. Oh my goodness. Oh, I hadn't even clocked that there's photos in the middle bit. So yeah, I'll enjoy getting stuck into that. So that's a bit naughty, but that's because the chairs weren't too expensive. Right, so books were dropped off and then I've been out again. So I'm just catching up now, because hopefully now I think I'm in for the day, and I've done nearly all my trips up the stairs. I've got one more trip to do. I've got one more chair to bring up. So having dropped the books in at my front door, just left them downstairs, and then went back for the chairs. And oh my goodness, such a lovely guy. So next time I see my friend Kate, I might just give her a buzz this afternoon to say, I didn't know you knew him, and he's just been really lovely to me. And maybe he was lovely to me because he saw us together a couple of hours ago in the street. But anyway, I've gone back for the chairs, and I think I'd said earlier on, because I'll be taking them home on the bus. I can't manage with the stick and the trolley. So he'd strung them, he'd kind of put one upside down on the other and lashed them together with string so that they were good and sort of steady. So I could pick the whole thing up with one hand. It's just so thoughtful. And then below me down, he said, which bus stop are you going to? And I said, oh, the one up by Lidl. And he went, I'll take them up for you. So he's carried them up the street for me to the bus stop. It's like, that is so lovely. That's the kind of service I love. I know I bang on about it, about shopping face to face and trying to avoid the internet whenever possible. But that's, put very simply, that's one of the reasons. So he carried the chairs to the bus stop for me, bless him. I've come up the hill on the bus and got back to the flat. So now in the hallway downstairs, there's a granny trolley, a pile of books, 2 chairs strung together. So I've brought the granny trolley up, got that up here, grabbed a pair of scissors, gone down, cut the bit of his lashing. I've managed to save a big bit of string though, free string, cut that, come up with a bundle of books, and I brought one of the chairs up, but the other one I haven't. Now, one of the next things I'm going to do is I've made a massive mess in the hallway. So let me show you that and explain why I've made a mess in the hallway. And that's, I think, can be my next job of the morning. Because I think I have completed a task. I think I've completed a task enough to be able, I'll have to explain it outside. Come on, let's go and look at the hall. I've made a mess of my lovely hall already. Oh dear, what a mess. What a mess, what a mess, what a mess, mess. More mess. Right. I mean, it's bits from the shed that these are washed. These are just finishing off airing out here. I've got a couple of boxes to make up. But you can see what's been going on. This is chock full of pots. I reckon I've got in there must be, there's about 300 or 400 pots already in there, believe it or not. There's masses. And then I've got modules, I've got propagator lids. There's 3 of them are there. The other one is over there on the top. And there's one of my little chairs. I can go and have a sit in a minute. Oh yeah, a couple more pots. They were in this morning's trolley full. Modules, trays, all different, slightly different. Actually, I'm going to have to exchange. Oh, sorry, that's my finger. I'm just putting the camera in the other hand so I can use my hand on the banister. Oh yeah, and I was mentioning how I swapped the pelargoniums for that spider. So what's been going on with this lot is that as I'm going to sit on my chair. Yay! New chair. If we hear a creaking and a cracking, we'll know that it's broken already. So, sorry, that's my slug collars. Now, a lot of stuff at the end of each season, so October, November, sometimes just into December, for the most part, I bring things home, give everything a wash. So that's my trays, the modules, and all pots and stuff. Oh, my little teeny tiny doesn't know what to focus on. I have to come back here. I do get most things cleaned before putting away, but last year there was quite a lot of stuff left that I hadn't cleaned. So as I've been bringing a granny trolley load home each time, I've been making sure everything's washed, and then obviously, let things thoroughly air dry, because I don't want to pack up all of this stuff for the move and accidentally pack slugs, snails, all the little critters that like to hide under, when you've got these kind of, like these little crevices here, it's these little crevices the little baby slugs like to hide in. I thought there was one there. That's a bit of spider web. So, as each load has come home, everything's been getting washed and thoroughly dried. And then there's also there's stuff like seed tins, and you'll be familiar with that. My bits tin, I suppose the Bob's tin is still there. The Bob's tin will be the last to come. My lovely little lantern from my friend Linny. All of this has had a clean too, because the roof is basically disintegrated on the shed. Where the weather has got in, it's made things mucky. So I want everything clean and dry to pack away, because when I move, it's quite possible that actually I'm going to come back up the stairs. I want to start packing. It's quite possible that I won't have a shed. If I'm lucky enough to have a garden in my new home, I won't have a shed necessarily. So it's quite possible that all of this stuff, let's just grab that stack, and then this stack can go inside it. It's not quite the same size, but it'll do. Yeah, it's possible that there won't be a shed, and so all of this stuff is going to be ending up being stored inside the home. It might be that things end up stored underneath my bed, for example. And because of that, that'll do. Will I get the baby ones in there? I might do. So I'm trying to do this one-handed. I'm just going to reach for this whole stack. It won't all go in. Whoop! Yeah, if all of this ends up, sorry, is that going to fit? Yeah. If all of this ends up stored, it might end up being stored in my bedroom. It might be ending up stored in the kitchen of the new place. What I don't want is stuff in storage and then having blimmin' slugs and snails coming out and wandering around my new home. So yeah, everything's been cleaned, thoroughly air dried. And the other thing, I've talked about this in the shed in the past, is I am I'm quite particular. You can't really see it in the top so much, but those bottom ones, can you make out they're all the same sort of sizes? I am a bit of a fuss pot, you might say, but by sorting all my pots into size order and stacking them in size order, you can see how you can pack hundreds, I mean that is literally hundreds of pots in there. I can pack hundreds of pots into this, to give you an idea of the size of the box. That's hundreds of pots packed in, purely for spending a few minutes sorting them into size and shape order. So pack loads more in there than if they were just all... If I was to chuck them in loose and not sort them, I'd probably need 10 of these boxes for my pots, but they're all in there. And likewise, that's why these are still out, because I've now brought back... I couldn't remember if I had any more trays to bring back. I didn't today. So that's all the trays are back. So they've all been sorted into a style order, because you can see, can't you? You can see what I'm getting at, that they vary in size ever so slightly. I'm hopping down the stairs again. Why am I going down the stairs? This is unnecessary stairage. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, they all vary ever so slightly in size. So, for instance, that green one on the bottom does not fit inside this blue one. So if I did it the other way round, suddenly I'd be doubling the thickness of the pile because it doesn't fit in there. So I've just gone through them, made sure they're all grouped either in the same style or tucked as much inside one another as possible. So for instance, you see how the black ones it doesn't want to go inside that blue one. I'll have a jiggle around, because the whole point is to get everything packed down as small and as tightly as possible. The less boxes to move, the better. But yeah, there's tons up here as well. You see everything that's been coming home underneath. I've got my lovely Vivi's Kitchen Garden horseshoe from one of my nurse pals. I've got my gym chimes underneath there. That's the macrame pot holder that Richard and Paul gave me. Sorry. Oh, and that's my lovely, is it a cedar tree that my friend Jackie gave me? I've actually got one of these on the fence I still need to take down. Yeah, so I can get on with that. Now, actually, my tummy's aching with hunger, so I'm going to go and get some late lunch and then crack into this lot. Oh, good grief, let me get my breath back. So I've just done the stairs again. I think, what's that, four trips up and down the stairs. That is enough. That's enough exercise for one day. So I've just put one of the chairs in here instead of my little white one, which actually, well, the white one, the back was quite a bit taller, and we're struggling with light. Let's put the light on to counter some of the daylight. Yeah, I actually quite like that. I think I like that better than the white chair, because obviously in the bathroom there's so much white anyway. A little wooden chair there. It's just, I literally use the chair for, pop a towel on it, ready to get out of the bath, my book. If someone wants to sit and chat to me while I'm having a bath, they can sit on there. So yeah, I think I'll put the white one in the kitchen from here. So that in the kitchen I have two white chairs, one either side of the table for staging. Then this one here, and then the other one maybe on the half landing instead of one of the plants. Talking of chairs, I need to sit down. Oh, phewy. Right. I've packed another couple of boxes outside in the halls. That's looking a lot tidier. Honestly, it's been like that for days and days now. It's been annoying me, but it's one of those things of wait until you've got all the stuff back from the shed, and then you can mix and match, you know, get the size orders right and pack things much, much more smallly and densely and closely and what have you. Oh gosh, it's done. That little bit. It's, the day's racing away. But I'm pleased with, oh my goodness, boiling again. I'm pleased with what's gone down today, you know. Over there on the table, newspapers, there's a couple of newspapers, that's for a cleaning job. I'm getting into, also yesterday, I'm starting to get into spring cleaning mode, which this year will be, you know, really deep spring cleaning. This is spring cleaning also for marketing a house at some point. Look, I've been packing a load of stuff today, just to reiterate, my house isn't on the market. I still have things to do. Please don't ask me. There's just stuff. I don't expect to be going on the market before the summer, but I'm just keeping on top of things. So yeah, newspapers picked up for that job. Another load emptied from the shed. Finally, nearly a year after decorating the kitchen, finally sorting out an extra chair. I've ended up with an extra 2 chairs. Some lovely books for the shop. A really lovely treat for me. Packing done. Everything's been brought up into the flat. Good. Sit down. Still haven't had any food. That could be the next thing. And then this afternoon, I'm trying to remember what I'm up to this afternoon. I've got a list. I can't remember what's up. Oh, is it paperwork? And yeah, that might be sort of accounts, admin, paperwork stuff. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know I've got a list, and it's the kind of list that will keep me going until bedtime. So I'm going to say cheerio to all of you for now. Yeah, just, it's little things, isn't it? Little things, but they can make a big difference. A little bit of decor for selling, big difference. But also just in terms of mood, of cracking on through the jobs, just getting those boxes outside packed, getting the hall neat again. Brilliant. I'm chuffed with that. I'm delighted. I'm delighted with the chairs. When you think, like say, just looking at that one in the bathroom, £7.50. Are you kidding me? Gorgeous. Actually, just quickly before we go, so it was 15 quid for the pair. The bus fare was £1. It's gone up now, £1.75. So the chairs actually cost me £16.75. Call it 17 to round it up. So that's £8.50. £8.50 a chair. The cane is immaculate. It's in perfect condition. They're really pretty chairs. You know, people say, I don't know how you live in London, it's so expensive, £8.50 for a gorgeous little chair. It's not that expensive, is it? Right, waffling, food, need food, need food. I'll see you all again really soon, I hope. I think, yeah, I'm not sure what we'll be doing, but probably, I don't know, maybe just diving headlong into all sorts of spring cleaning. I won't talk about what's coming, just in case I can't manage it for whatever reason. I'll see you on the next one, whatever it is and whenever it is. But until then, please look after yourselves. Happy reading, happy furniture buying if you need to buy furniture. Have a look at your second-hand places first. You never know. All right, lovelies. Finally, cheerio.